Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, August 13th, 2023, and here is your reading for the week. I'm Dolly, and this is the Wolf Girl Oracle. Let's go over to the other camera, and we will get started. Unfortunately, I've got Uriah Heep, the pink line that gets on my last nerve going on here, and I apologize for that, you guys. I just don't know what is causing this. If anybody knows, please tell me. I have no idea how to get rid of this. It eventually goes away. Anyways, today we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot for our weekly reading. And I know this is one of everybody's favorite, tarots. My book is pretty trashed. I've used it quite a bit because it's one of my favorite decks. It's one of the decks I use for my own personal readings, more than almost any other deck. What am I looking at even? Oh, jeepers Christmas, this camera. Everything's kerfuffled today, but that's okay. That is okay. So let me go ahead and get these cards shuffled, and as I do, I'm going to ask the angels to protect us. I'm going to be asking the spirits of the land and my home, the Landvatir and the Husvatir, to surround us, and I'm going to be asking the ancestors to give us wisdom on what we need to know for this upcoming week. Please and thank you, Spirit. I love you, and I appreciate you. Okay, so for past influences, this is what's going out from the week before. We have the Hermit in the Medicine position. For our present circumstance, we have, oops, oh, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. For our present circumstance, we have the Lovers. For an unexpected issue, we have the Moon. Interesting. For the best course of action, we have, ooh, this one flipped over, the Hanged Man. And for the outcome, we have, oh my, this just, we'll take this, it flipped over. The Wheel of Fortune in the Medicine position. We have some other cards that flipped over as well, but I'm going to just take the top one here. That is interesting. Now look at this, you guys. Look at this. Every single one of these cards is a major arcana. Every one of them. I don't think I've ever had a reading where I've gotten all major arcana before. So that is very interesting. Very interesting. So let's take a look at this reading here. I want to check something real quick here before I start this reading. I want to look. What is the new moon? I want to look at that. New moon guide. I know this is riveting video, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. Wednesday, August 16th. So we are coming up on the new moon. Very interesting. I'm wondering if that is why the moon is in the unexpected issue area. Because we've got this new moon coming up and that new moon energy. But anyways, let's start with the Hermit. This is in our past influences. Oh, here, let me get it out of the pink line. The Hermit. And whenever I feel the Hermit in the Medicine position, I get this feeling of like loneliness, being withdrawn, pulling yourself out of social situations, just kind of hiding away. And You know, we just came out of the Lion's Gate. Well, we're still in the influence of the Lion's Gate. We'll be under the influence of the Lion's Gate for a while. But the really strong energy now is starting to subside. It's just getting into a nice, comfortable, energetic swirl now. And I know that when you get hit by that kind of like strong energy, right, you know, very suddenly like that, it's easy to maybe get to the point where you're feeling a little bit off balance and a little bit disconnected, and you kind of withdraw. I know a lot of people do shadow work during this time, during the time of the Lion's Gate, which I do too, you know, and I do really go into myself and have to deal with some pretty heavy things, you know. So that might be where a lot of you were this last week, kind of withdrawn and dealing with that shadow energy while you could, you know. But for the present circumstance, we have the Lovers. Let me try to get that glare off of there. There we go. The Lovers. And this card can represent partnerships, loving relationships, strong friendships, it's a reconnection. It's a connection, right? You know, it's a real powerful connection. And now that we're coming out of the Hermit and into the Lovers, you really feel the connection when you've spent some time disconnected. You know what I'm saying? So it's a reconnecting sort of time, and you're probably really feeling that right now, which is great. And then for the unexpected issue, we have the Moon. The Moon. And like I was saying, we have this new moon coming up very soon here on Wednesday. And this is a great time for intuition, for dealing with hidden things. It's awareness, sometimes deception. So with this new moon energy coming in, it may bring a little bit of like this feeling of insecurity, maybe a little bit of a feeling of off-balancedness again. But don't let that scare you. Just go with the flow, ride through the feelings. Just focus on the light. But also, if you have shadow things coming up, it's okay to deal with them. You know, it's okay to like say, hey, what is triggering me? Why am I feeling like this right now? And the new moon just tends to bring that out. You know, at least it does for me, you know. So I'm thinking it probably does for other people as well. And then for the best course of action, we have the Hanged Man. And I think of the Hanged Man as kind of a, well, the feeling I'm getting from it right now is allow yourself the ability to see things from a different perspective. Be wide open to spirit. Allow spirit to speak to you and be willing to receive the information that you're getting from spirit. You know, whenever I see the Hanged Man, I think of Odin, the god Odin, hanging from a tree for wisdom. You know, he understood that he kind of had to sacrifice himself to himself in order to glean the wisdom that he was looking to receive. And we kind of need to do that too. We need to be able to knock down our egos a little bit and allow us to receive the information that we need to receive in order for us to get to a higher place. And sometimes we don't like to hear the things that we're being given messages about, right? It hurts, or it's, you know, it kind of brings to light something that maybe we're doing wrong, and nobody likes to be in the wrong, right? But you need to like be open to any messages that might be coming forward to you, because those messages are important, and you can use that information to get to a new place, to get to your higher self, you know, to move beyond this plane of existence. You see what I'm saying? So be willing to do that. Be willing to see things from a different perspective. Be willing to take in those messages. Okay? And then the last card we have for the outcome is the Wheel. And it is in the Medicine position. And what I'm feeling coming out of this card is upheaval and change. Maybe the messages that we're going to be opening ourselves up to with the Hangman are going to lead us to a really significant change, a change that's going to be life-changing. And I know that can be a little scary. You know, we all kind of like things to just be status quo because it's predictable, it's comfortable, but that can also cause stagnation. It can cause us to be like paddling in one place instead of moving forward or back or left or right. We're just sort of stuck where we are. And that doesn't help us on our path to a higher way of thinking, a higher connection, you know, a better connection to the divine. We have to be willing to be able to move forward. So we don't want to get stagnant. We don't want to get stuck in place. We want to move forward. So deal with those shadows under this new moon that's coming up. Reconnect with the people around you and to the things around you that are important to you. And let's get past this hermit energy and deal with what we got to deal with this week. So it might be a little bit of a heavy week, but that's okay. That's all right. Nothing that means anything really comes to us all that easily, right? So look at this as an opportunity for growth, and let's just move forward. Okay, so let's go over to the other camera and we'll finish this reading today. All right, so I want to thank you guys for coming out and coming for this weekly reading. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a talk. It's not going to be a drive-in talk. It's going to be a talk about the things the visions that I had on Lionsgate, because I want to share them with you guys because I think it's important. Okay, so I love you guys. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.